You're listening to Thoughts on Change, the podcast about the messy, emotional, political, deeply human side of leading change. I'm Kelly, and if you've ever felt like you're hurting humans through CI initiatives, culture shifts, or process improvements, and wanted to cry, scream, or pull your hair out in equal measure, you're in the right place. This show is for people like us, practical change makers who want to move culture without losing our minds. Let me be real. Too often, women in CI roles and anyone trying to drive change are treated like doers instead of thinkers. Leaders ask for a tool to be implemented, a board to be updated, or a process to be followed. But rarely do they ask, how can we actually change behavior, culture, and outcomes? That gap is exactly why I started this podcast. I want to help you navigate the messy middle of change, where people, emotions, politics, and resistance collide, and do it with your credibility intact. No jargon, no fluff, no pretending. Lean is magic. Just real talk, stories from the trenches, and practical takeaways you can use tomorrow. Over the years, I've seen the same patterns again and again. CI practitioners are brilliant at systems, tools, and metrics, but influence, credibility, understanding how people's perception of your intent affects every action you take, that's where most of us stumble. And that's exactly what this podcast is going to help you master. Here's the thing. You can implement 5S, run perfect daily management boards, and optimize flow. But if people don't trust you, understand your intent, or see your integrity in action, your work will only go so far. So each episode of Thoughts on Change will give you 3 things. 1, insights, the human truth behind why change is hard. 2, stories, real experiences, wins, and lessons from the trenches. And then 3, practical takeaways, actions you can actually try this week. Here's a sneak peek of what's coming. You'll have episodes on credibility, intent, integrity, and the subtle behaviors that make or break change. Stories about misalignment, resistance, and the little things people don't see that sabotage culture. How to master your inner dialogue, aka facing the resistivots, and lead change without losing your energy or your mind. And eventually, we'll unpack my transform framework and the 6 characteristics of a change shaper, so you can become the kind of leader who doesn't just implement change, you inspire it. So why me? I've spent over a decade in manufacturing as both CI practitioner and an ops leader, implementing lean, Kaizen, and culture initiatives. I've seen resistance of every flavor, from polite avoidance to outright sabotage. And I've learned that success isn't about the tools, it's about the people, the behaviors, the systems that support them, and the inner game of leading change with confidence, credibility, and influence. And I'm here to share what I've learned, what works, and where most of us trip up. So here's the plan. Subscribe to Thoughts on Change wherever you get your podcasts. Hit follow on YouTube if you want video episodes. And share this with a fellow CI warrior who's hurting humans like you. And most importantly, start noticing the small moments where credibility and influence matter the most. That's where change actually happens. Thanks for joining me for this first episode of Thoughts on Change. And remember, progress beats perfection, curiosity beats control, and culture beats everything. You've got this. Now, go hurt some humans without losing your mind.